I appreciate you testifying in front of this committee. Last year, we discussed how good stewardship of public lands includes using our resources effectively and sustainably. We discussed the pending lease application of Warrior Met Coal, one of the many of our nation's companies who are working hard in conjunction with their community and the federal government to steward the nation's resources effectively. As I noted last year, Warrior Met is an important economic driver in the great state of Alabama. They employ close to 1,000 people in Alabama and are the largest customer for our Port of Mobile. In questioning last year, you noted that the Bureau of Land Management has made you aware of the importance of this lease to the state of Alabama, and the department committed to working with me to free their application from the red tape it was stuck in. Sadly, that progress has been slowed over the last year. After an initial conversation with my team, the department resorted to what seemed to be slow walking it until most of the calls and emails from my office seemed to have entirely been misplaced. Madam Secretary, I expect and hope that this will not be the case in the coming months. As you know, the department completed a draft EA and FONSI for Warrior Met Coal in 2019. With no other issues, the Department of Interior should have approved the lease application. But in June 2022, the department informed Warrior Met Coal that all coal leases were, quote, frozen due to the Ninth Circuit Court decision, even though Met Coal was obviously not targeted by the decision. Now, after years of unresponsiveness and unnecessary legal hurdles from the agency, the company has agreed at the agency's request to do a full environmental impact statement. In the notice of intent published in April, the department included a timeline of publishing a draft EIS this fall, the final EIS next summer, and a record of decision in early 2026. Madam Secretary, it is my expectation that given the amount of work already put into this application, the agency's request to move through the full EIS and the familiarity that the department has with Warrior Met Coal, that the department could easily move faster than this timeline. However, what I'd like to have from you today is a commitment that to the very best of your ability, that you will at least hit the agency's own published timeline.
Thank you very much for the question, Senator. And yes, just to make sure that you know, we issued the notice of intent to prepare an EIS on April 30th. BLM will accept public comments through May 30th, so for the rest of this month. Mm-hmm. And we are absolutely aware of the interest in the timely completion of this review process. It will continue. We don't have any plans to slow walk or whatever, and I apologize if our staff hasn't been back in touch with your office. I will make sure that they are in touch with you when you call, and we're happy to keep you updated.
I really appreciate it, and just so that I make sure that we're on the same page, you just mentioned obviously the notice of intent that was published in April. You talked about the draft EIS this fall. I mentioned the final EIS next summer and the record of decision in early 2026. So you are committed to maintaining that timeline. I have that commitment from you today.
If that is the timeline, I will make sure that's what my staff has put out, and we will be in touch with your office, certainly.
I greatly appreciate that, because currently, as you know, Warrior Met mines right next to a federal coal, and they mine their land more than about 1,500 feet under the earth, and they will run into that federal border that shifts that ownership to the U.S. government. And the coal across that boundary is obviously the exact same coal. It is the same chemically, it is the same mine, and it leaves the ground the exact same way and goes to the same place. So Warrior Met wants the opportunity to continue to do that, to do what they do, and to do it well. And so I appreciate your commitment to maintaining that timeline, and obviously I am hopeful that it can be done even quicker than that. The process has clearly taken entirely too long, and it's really put a number of Alabama jobs, not to mention a $1.2 billion revenue stream at risk. And so I am glad to hear the agency has a timeline. I look forward to working with your team. I appreciate your commitment to continue to be responsive, and I look forward to getting this resolved in a positive manner. Thank you, Madam Secretary.
Thank you very